week. You can do better than that. London 2025. Give it up. All right, we'll give you that. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. Masai Complex Cosplay. I am Rob the Bad Guy. And we are the Geeks & Company. This is the 200th episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast, brought to you by London Comic Con. Normally, this podcast comes to you live on YouTube and Facebook every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But because it was our 200th episode, and because London Comic Con is so good to us, we decided we would do it live here on stage in front of all of you. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a crash course on how it works on our podcast. When we talk about geek and nerd culture, we don't specify on one specific genre or idea, pretty much across the board.
No, we do dabble a lot in cosplay, though, as you will notice.
Yeah, some goofball decided to get dressed early and decided to come up on stage and do that. So we're going to be up here for about a half an hour to 45 minutes doing our podcast for you guys live. We break it up into segments. We're going to have this introductory segment for you guys where we'll just bullcrap for a little while and just talk about the con and everything going on. And then we're going to move into a new segment where we'll talk about geek and nerd news that is current in the genre. And then
we're going to do a top 10. So one of the fun things that we do in our podcast is we have a top 10. They can be quite lively. And we wanted to do a top 10 with London Comic Con here. So we're going to ask for some audience participation. All you need to do is pull out your phone, go to slido.com, SLIDO.com. You put in the code GEEKS, and you're going to be able to vote for your top 10 Marvel versus DC hero. So we're asking, you can please participate in that. We're going to put it up on screen here. I don't know if it's there just yet, but yeah, we're going to have a live top 10.
There are 14 options in this top 10 list, 7 DC and 7 Marvel heroes. You rank them based on your 10 favorites from 1 through 10. So whether you're a DC person or a Marvel person, at the end of the podcast, we'll reveal to you your choices for the top 10, and whichever company has the most on that top 10 or the highest list on that top 10, they will be crowned the champion between DC and Marvel.
Right now, Batman is in the lead, so Batman is number 1, and if you've got an issue with that, you better get on Slido.com, code GEEKS, and enter your vote.
There you go. You got baby Batman right there. We're also going to be focusing on some community news, which we always try to keep everybody up to date on the geek and nerd community, so we're going to go over that with you as part of that. The second half of the podcast, we're going to be live on stage talking to 2 of the stars of Baldur's Gate 3, Dave Jones and Maggie Robertson. They will be on stage with us live talking about voice acting work, voiceover, video games, you name it. There's a Lady Dimitrescu. Did I say that right, by the way? Lady Dimitrescu? There's one right there. I saw another one earlier on today. Very popular character. We're going to talk to Maggie and Dave about the characters they portrayed, both in live action and in video games today. That's it, man. You might as well sit down, have a seat.
Have a seat.
I hope everybody's having a good time. I believe this is the 11th year for London Comic Con. Can I get a show of hands? How many was here last year? Not bad. The Lady Dimitrescu hand just goes up like that. So that's not creepy at all. That's not scary. You were here last year as well. It's a great con. Like I said, the 11th year. I do remember coming early. We used to be at the Western Fair. I've got some hot goss for everybody. If everybody's ready for some hot gossip as far as London Comic Con goes. Is Jake here right now? Is he going to lynch me for?
He's around here somewhere.
Is he going to lynch me for revealing this? Jake is the gentleman that owns and runs London Comic Con along with his partner Andrew, and we had Jake on the podcast on Thursday, and we meant to reveal something. We meant to spill some beans.
Are we going to spill those beans right now?
I think we're going to spill those beans right now.
I don't see him running to the stage.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else trying to tackle us or cutting our mics off. Oh. So I think we're going to give this away. So next year, London Comic Con. Sorry, let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
Who went to the first London Comic Con? Show of hands. Oh, we got a couple of them.
Got a few.
Do y'all remember when it moved out of the basement of the Centennial Hall and it went to the Western Fair?
Yeah.
And especially the final year of the Western Fair, it was at the Agriplex, which I don't know about you guys, but it is a marvelous venue for holding a Comic-Con. I'm going to spill some beans right now, and I'm wondering if Jake's going to fire us for this, but he was talking about doing it on Thursday on the podcast, so I think we can do it here.
Let's do it.
Next year, we are back at the Agriplex for London Comic Con. So this will be the final year here downtown at the RBC building. Yes, indeed.
Some moves.
Absolutely. Indeed, yeah. Yes. If you've been to the Agriplex, if you went to that show, it is such a better, not better. For anybody working here.
Great venue.
For anybody working at RBC that's here right now, that's like, this guy, man, he needs to shut up. I'm not saying this is a bad venue. It's not, but the Agriplex is also an amazing venue, and I think we're all going to have a really good time there. So when you see the tickets go on sale for next year, I highly suggest you jump on those, because I think with the change of venue, I think it's really going to blow this con up to the next level.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger and better, and allow them to have more space to do some bigger and better things. So it'll bring us all together in the same space rather than kind of all over the place. But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
How many people here, by a show of hands, are going to be here for 2 days for this particular con? Who's coming back tomorrow? Oh, yeah, quite a few of the stormtroopers over there. Doesn't matter, guys. We're going to miss you, but not as much as you miss us. And then just, again, one more show of hands. Who's cosplaying today? Lots of cosplay. I can see you guys over there. Another cosplay over there, yeah. And if you guys are going to live events, you're probably noticing the ratio of, like, muggles to cosplayers seems to be shrinking. A lot of us are coming in costumes now, regardless of what the show is. And I think it's just a way to bring the community together a lot more and have people feel like they're really participating in the show.
Yeah.
And
definitely notice a lot more people are cosplaying, which is great to see.
And of all levels too, by the way, all ages and all levels, for the most part, as long as you're not hurting nobody, don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't cosplay. Whether it's, height, weight, age, shape, whatever. Yeah, the height, shape, yeah, it doesn't matter.
However good you think you are.
Yeah, makes no difference. Gender, who cares?
And then come take a photo on the Iron Throne over there at the Geeks & Co booth. Yeah, everybody looks badass on a throne.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, yes, we are the Geeks & Company, and we do have a booth here. We've had a booth at London Comic Con for the last few years, and this year, our friend Rob here built a full-size replica of the Iron Throne of Westeros from Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, which is why I'm up here in this goofy wig and crown.
Yeah. That's the last time you double dog dare me to build something.
On the podcast, I told him, he said, I think, what was it, in like December, he was like, I'm going to build one of those for March Comic Con. I was like, no way are you going to be able to get that together in time for March Comic Con. And he said, hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer, and 3 weeks later...
And there it is. There it is. So we've been touring throughout Southwestern Ontario all the way throughout 2025 with the Throne. This is the only London stop.
Only London stop, yeah. We've been about, this is, I think, our 7th stop. We've got a couple more to go, but only one in London.
So if you are looking to get a picture with the Iron Throne and you are local to London and you don't plan on hitting other cons in the Southwestern Ontario area, I highly encourage you to go over and get a picture with the Iron Throne. Rob, how much does it cost for somebody to sit on the Iron Throne and get a picture?
You're not going to believe this. You are not going to believe this.
Tell me.
It's absolutely free.
What?
The only photo op here.
Yeah, guys, it is free. So go on over. We do have some cast members, as you can see. Like I said, I've got this goofy wig on my head. If you look here, center stage, who's holding the camera recording all this, this is editor Megan. She's also part of the Geeks & Co team. She is dressed up as Rhaenyra Targaryen from House of the Dragon. I, of course, am King Daemon Targaryen. Don't give me that look. Don't look at me like that. King Daemon Targaryen from House of the Dragon. We also have the Hound, Sandra Clegane, from the original show Game of Thrones, and we also have Grand Maester Pycelle from the original Game of Thrones show. So we also, I think she's out of it now, but we had a Nazgul for a while.
Yeah. Rings, an amazing Nazgul.
Yeah, so it's kind of like fantasy adjacent, right? It's all fantasy. So you can have any one of those cast members jump into the shot with you, but you can also do it on your own. And we've got people over there to take the picture for you if you're there by yourself and you need someone to work your phone. We've got a couple little props over there as well. We've got some swords. We've got a dragon egg. So make sure you go over there and check that out. Otherwise, we are going to be using our phones for this because that's what I have for notes.
Yeah, I'm going to be pulling up my phone too, but I think it's time to go on to our first segment. Would you agree?
I absolutely would agree. Yes. As soon as I find it here on my phone, we can do that. Oh, there it is. We're also going to encourage you one more time, guys. Slido.com, SLIDO.com. Go there on your phones. It's free. It's going to ask you for a code at the top. Type in Geeks, GEEKS. You're going to be presented with a list of 14 superheroes. 7 of them are Marvel, 7 of them are DC. They weren't randomly selected. We did try to curate the 7 most popular heroes on each side, depending on, you could argue that all day long. What we're looking for is your top 10. Rank them from 1 to 10. Your favorite superhero out of this 14, all the way down to your least favorite. And the results will be posted on screen live as it happens. And as we can already give you an update, Spider-Man has overtaken Batman for number 1 on the list. Right now, we're at Spider-Man, Batman, Deadpool, Wolverine, Superman, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Flash, Thor, and Captain America rounds out the top 10. So I'll tell you what, all you Green Lantern fans like I am,
Sorry about your luck.
You better get voting because our boy is way down the list right now. So, man, that Ryan Reynolds movie just ruined everything. The first segment that we'd like to give to you guys is the Geek News, because we like to keep you guys updated on what's going on in the geek world, geek and nerd world. And I have personally curated some items, but if you've got some news from the world of geeks and nerds and you want to share that with us, please go ahead. Go ahead and run the video for the geek. First up, this news came out a little while ago, but I'm going to go ahead and update everybody. The show of hands, who all saw the James Gunn Superman movie? Show of hands. Quite a few of you there. I'm sure you got some varied opinions on it. Well, James Gunn has announced that this mystery sequel that he was writing, that he said wasn't necessarily Superman 2, but would involve Superman heavily, has been officially announced. It is Man of Tomorrow. And by the way, it's not called Superman Man of Tomorrow. It's just called Man of Tomorrow. Yep. And the picture that was released alongside that was a picture of an armored Lex Luthor standing shoulder to shoulder with Superman.
Like they're teaming up or something?
Well, the premise of the film, he has given out some little nuggets as to what the premise of the film is. James Gunn, if you guys know, he's very active on social media, answering fan questions and such. He was asked blatantly, like, what's the film about? And he said, I can't give you everything, but it forces Superman and Lex Luthor to team up and work together to defeat an even bigger bad.
Interesting. I saw a rumor today that it might be Mr. Freeze be part of this. I'm not sure.
Mr. Freeze would be cool. I hear a lot of people saying Brainiac would be cool. Who do you guys think would be a good major arcing villain that would require Lex Luthor and Superman to team up to fight against? I would imagine that to be something pretty hardcore.
We got a theory here.
Doomsday would be amazing. Now, I'm worried that maybe there's a bad taste in everybody's mouth after Batman v Superman. I know, the cave troll, right? I know everybody gets grief for that. So, but Doomsday would be a world enough threat to force those two guys to work together. I got to admit, I'm pretty geeked to see Lex Luthor in the big battle suit, the big armor type thing. I think that'd be really cool. What do you think? Mxyzptlk would be, Mr. Mxyzptlk, yes. And it's funny too, because in Superman, they talk about the Justice Gang fighting an extra dimensional being. So it would be pretty cool if they brought in Mr. Mxyzptlk, which I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. I'm so sorry. And I can't say it backwards either, but anybody else got any theories as to who you think? Bizarro, I think, would be cool. And I think they did some groundwork in the first film in setting up a return. I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, the movie's been out for some time, but I think Bizarro would work really, really well, actually. I think that'd be very, very cool. So, but we can look forward to that, guys. I believe that's coming out in 2027. Yep. So we got a little bit of time before that comes out. It still feels really cool that he announced it so quickly. Like, this is the next movie that I'm writing right now in this particular series.
Yeah, you know when it's coming and what it's going to be coming.
We know when it's going to be there. Yeah. Like, we're not like the Batman 2, which seems like it's just never going to be here. Yeah, exactly. Some other news, guys, some casting news, some major casting news just dropped. And I'm mentioning this specifically because it kind of ties into our theme this weekend of Game of Thrones. Sophie Turner, who played Sansa Stark on the original Game of Thrones, is the new Lara Croft. Really? Yes. So it has been confirmed she's the new Lara Croft. So they are working on, apparently it's going to be an Amazon TV show that's going to focus on Tomb Raider as opposed to a live action movie. And they've cast Sansa Stark, Sophie Turner for that. I think it's a brilliant casting move. I think she's a great actress. She has the look.
Yep, she definitely has the look for sure.
And it looks like she's really been getting herself in shape too. So she looks like she's going to have that physicality that a role like that's going to need for raiding tombs.
Do we know when that's coming out?
I don't think they've announced it yet. I think the first big announcement was they were working on a TV series, and then the second big announcement was that it's going to be Sophie Turner that's going to be the star of that. She's going to be Lara Croft. So it's going to be third Lara Croft, right? Angelina Jolie, and then Alicia Vikander, and now Sophie Turner. Three Lara Croft. So I don't know about you guys. I'm a big fan of the video game series, and I actually like the movies that came previously, both the Angelina Jolie ones and the Alicia Vikander one. So I'm definitely looking forward to that when that comes out. We do like to watch some geek and nerd trailers. Now, I know everybody, some people are like, I don't like anything spoiled. I don't want to watch trailers. I don't blame you guys. I love trailers. Does it break my heart a little bit when a trailer is amazing and then the movie is not so much? Looking at you, Batman v Superman, yes, that's a bummer. But every now and then, the two kind of match up. A couple of at least one big trailer dropped recently for what are my MCU fans? Give me a show of hands. Who are my MCU fans out there? You probably know what I'm talking about. If you watched, I believe it was the first season of What If, they had a specific episode for Marvel Zombies.
Yes.
So now that's going to become an animated TV show. And it looks like the animation is identical to what they were using in What If. So it looked like it's going to be a continuation of the storyline that was established in that What If episode, but now in, I believe it's a 10-episode series. The first trailer of that just dropped, and everybody's already doing what everybody does in these multiverse Marvel movies, is trying to figure out who everyone is in the background of everybody showing up, of who's a zombie and who's not, type of thing. So
it looks like we're getting Iron Man back.
It does look like we're getting Iron Man back.
Zombie.
Yep. In fact, if you've seen the trailer, I believe it opens with a shot of zombie Thanos with like 4 gems in the Infinity Gauntlet. So, yeah.
Thanos is my guy.
I think Thanos is everybody's guy. So, guys, keep an eye out for that. If you haven't seen the trailer yet for that, and you are someone that enjoys watching trailers, even though it kind of spoils things a little bit for you, I definitely recommend checking it out. The animation style, I think, in that is really, really cool. Even if you weren't a big fan of What If, I think that animation style looks really, really sharp, and I think it's going to lend itself well to that particular genre.
I think so, for sure, yeah.
Yep. Some more recent news I'm going to go over with you guys, too, and this one's a big one. Show of hands, give me some Super Mario fans. Who's into Super Mario in the crowd? Yeah. The first movie that they put out, the very first movie that they put out, the live-action Super Mario movie, maybe not the best attempt that's ever been made at a video game movie, and I think it really set the tone for decades of bad interpretations of live-action video game movies, but then they kind of figured it out. They're like, what if we do it animated instead? The Super Mario Brothers movie came out, and though they took a little bit of flack about who they cast as the voice of Super Mario.
Yeah, it was, who was it?
Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Yep. I think he did a pretty good job. Like, I didn't get pulled out of the thing all the time thinking, oh, that's just Chris Pratt reading lines or whatever. Like, he did a really good job. Well, the sequel has just been announced. We're getting the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Yes.
And it looks like, just from the trailer, so they did release like a 1-minute preview or teaser or whatever. It looks like it's going to do a lot of the things that the first movie did, was just hammer us with Easter eggs. And if you're somebody that's been playing Nintendo as long as I have, because I'm older than dirt, like I remember when the first one came out, it's cool to see all those little Easter eggs coming up. I didn't feel like it took away from it if you didn't play a lot of Nintendo games, but it was kind of a nice little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And even this 1-minute preview's got some Easter eggs in there that I'm like, okay, Nintendo, okay. You're going to get my money.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
So stay tuned for that, especially if you're a fan of the Galaxy franchise from Nintendo. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and pretty cool. We will see. If it's anything close to the first one, I think the first one made like $1.3 billion worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the conversation we had about Super Mario?
No, Rob, please remind me of the conversation we had
when
about
I
Super
said
Mario.
we shouldn't bother wasting any time on Super Mario because no one was into it. And then the movie came and made $1 billion. Yeah. I had to eat some curl on that one.
On the previous podcast, we had tried to talk about, I think, like the top 10 video game characters or something like that, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was top 10 video characters.
And we said Super Mario. I'm like, nobody plays Super Mario. Like, that's totally irrelevant. And then the movie drops and it makes $1 billion. And he's like, all right.
Yeah, and then you win. Going to the grocery store and Super Mario's on the Kraft dinner. Super Mario's on the chips.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. I absolutely love the first one, and I'm very much looking forward to the second one. There is, in video game news, there is, speaking of TV series coming out, so we know there's a Lara Croft series coming out. Apparently, they're about to start filming a God of War TV series as well.
Really?
Yes. So if you are a fan of that franchise, and I mean, who isn't? It's such a brilliantly...
Any casting announcements on that yet?
Any casting. I've just seen that they're going to be going ahead and doing the filming on that starting early next year. So...
Nice. Lots of good material to choose from that.
I think so. It's such an immersive. Who's played God of War? Just a show of hands, really quickly. Who's played God of War? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you want to see a TV show?
Yeah. How are you guys feeling about a TV show? Does that seem like a good idea? Yeah. Are you? Yeah. Arms up back there. Yeah. Steve, you're just going to agree with everything I say. That's fine. I appreciate that. All the support and love for you guys. Is there a video game that's out there, guys, that you think is kind of like a video game series that's ripe for a TV show, like a high-end TV show that's coming out? I'm so sorry. I'm going to come right over to you because I can't hear you. Kingdom Hearts. Thank you. Yeah, just shout it out. Go ahead, Akari. Just shout it out when everybody else does it. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts. Great choice. Absolutely. Mortal Kombat. Well, they are doing the movies now, right? So I think that might preclude. I love what you're thinking. I think a Mortal Kombat would be great. A good Borderlands.
I think no promises.
I think that's in the same boat as Green Lantern, my friend. I think after that movie, I don't think we're going to be seeing any. Maybe an animated type thing. I think could work out well, but Mass Effect, another. You know what? I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been any type of adaptation for Mass Effect at this point. That's a really good one. Thor in the back. BioShock, yeah, same thing. Like such a cool property and such a visually arresting property. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that yet. What did you say? Oh, Dead Space. Dead Space. I haven't played Dead Space, so I'm not as familiar with that property. Also very cool. Yep, Joker. Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, yes.
So weird. So, like, I get
that's coming. That's coming.
Like, and I get at the end of the day, it's just like a procedural where people steal cars and be terrible. But I mean, still, it's so weird that it's gone this long and it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, the Claire Obscure that just came out. Yeah, it's like taking the world by storm. Yeah, some tears over there. Yeah. I think you're probably going to see something down the line for that for sure. Yeah, a lot of the Dragon Age stuff is so cool. And I know each game, especially with the Veilguard, it really kind of like turned into a really, making that face. A lot of the Dragon Age people, I say Veilguard, they're like, ew. It's a different game for sure, but I still think it could be a very cool one. At the back there, sir, with your hand up. Back.
We were talking about video games earlier. What do you guys think of the Primal Rage movie adaptation?
There was a Primal Rage movie adaptation? Wasn't there a Primal Rage movie adaptation? Oh, what do you think there should be? Oh, no, 100%. Yeah. The video game industry is so rich. The problem was there were so many years where every time they tried to adapt a video game to live action, it went terribly wrong. So, like Borderlands wrong. So they kind of like moved away from it a little bit, and now they seem to be getting back into it. So that'd be cool. At the back. Yep. Red Dead Redemption. Yes. Like another one. Like, how hasn't this happened yet? Like, it's so weird, right?
That one's got to be in casting right now.
And like, sometimes I think it helps too if there's background stuff too, right? Like people say The Witcher. We did The Witcher. Well, The Witcher was also based on books, so you've got like a whole thing to mine as far as bringing that to life, because it's not just the games; it's also the books. But yeah, at the back there, yeah. So that's interesting. So a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, I did reveal. So they are doing a Street Fighter movie. And they've already done some of the casting on it. I can't remember everybody, but Jason Momoa is going to be Blanca. Yep. So yeah, nice. That's a good face. That's a good face for that. So yeah. So to answer your question, there is going to be a Street Fighter movie. Here's my question to you: is there any way to do a good Street Fighter movie? Yeah, with Mortal Kombat, though, I feel like there is a lot of backstory that's sort of built into Mortal Kombat, because there is a story to Mortal Kombat. I know there's kind of a story for Street Fighter, but it just seems kind of, yeah. So I hope it's good, right? Just for all of us, so we can get more of this stuff going on.
Why don't we check in the top 10 here and see how we're going here? Number 1, Spider-Man, still at number 1.
Man.
Batman at number 2. So Batman all day was number 1, but it looks like obviously Spider-Man has overtaken it.
You guys.
We got Wolverine at number 3, Superman at number 4, Wonder Woman coming in at 5, followed by Deadpool, Harley Quinn, Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man at number 10. That's a big surprise.
Yeah. A lot of people leading into this were like, yeah, I'm voting Iron Man.
Yeah. If you haven't got to vote here, the way you vote, you go to Slido, SLIDO.com. You put in a code. It's just Geeks, as it's normally spelled. Slido.com, code Geeks. You can vote your top 10, and then live here, it's going to update this. So if you're not happy with the results on here, please get in there and vote. Help us decide. At the end of our podcast today, we're going to go over the top 10 list, and this will be your London Comic-Con top 10. Marvel versus DC heroes.
Yeah, whoever's on top. It's not necessarily who's going to be number 1. It's going to be how many of each are on the top 10. So even if Spider-Man wins, if the next 7 are DC, guess what? DC's going to win. Super not going to happen, but I mean, it could. It's looking pretty. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
It's kind of still up for debate.
What are my Trekkies? What are my Trekkies out there? Yeah, I got a few here. That's not bad. Yeah. Zachary Quinto, who played now. Okay, all right. We have to have a conversation. I'm talking about the Kelvin movies, and I know there's some problems in the fan base as far as the Kelvin movies go. If you're not familiar, that's the movies that came out with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and Zoe Saldana and such. They did 3 films. The first and third film seemed to be received pretty well. The second film, not as much, and then it just kind of fell off. And it seemed like maybe there were some financial issues or whatever. They just never got to Star Trek 4. Zachary Quinto played Spock in those films, Apparently, he's in touch with J.J. Abrams, who directed at least the first one, anyways, and they're keen to get back to shooting.
I love that news because I love those movies.
No, and I do too. Like I said, I know the family is kind of like, like, were you guys happy with the Kelvin movies, or would you rather like never see another one? Like, are you good with where Beyond left off and you don't need another one, or would you guys be psyched for? Show of hands, who'd be psyched for Star Trek 4 in the Kelvin universe? Oh, well, you know what? That's actually more than I thought it was going to be.
It's kind of 50-50 between this and
and I know the common response will be, well, if it's good, well, I don't know, who knows, but. We're going to talk about that in the next one here as far as beating franchises with a dead horse. Recently, a little video came out talking about the new Tron Ares, which is coming out from Disney. I don't remember the exact date. If you did go to, I think it was Fan Expo, they had like a light right there that you could sit on. So Disney's pushing this thing pretty hard.
Yeah.
So they just released a little like video that revealed that the original character from the first movie, not Tron, but Kevin Flynn, who was played by Jeff Bridges, is going to be in Tron Ares. Like, like you see him and everything.
We see him in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's necessarily. I'm going to let you watch the preview because the way he appears is a little different than the way he's been shown in Tron movies past. But same thing for anybody that's watched the original Tron and then, of course, Tron Legacy. Is everyone hungry for another Tron movie? At this point, no.
Yes.
Some no. Some no.
Can I phrase this question a little differently?
I know where you're going. Please do.
By show of hands, Jared Leto fans. Leto.
Oh, one's good. That's one and a half. That's already one more.
She's like, no, there's only one of them. I'm putting my hand down. So, okay.
So, yeah, this guy. I feel you.
I want to give him a chance.
Here's what I'm hoping they're going to do. I'm hoping they're going to like Keanu Reeves him or Arnold Schwarzenegger him. And by that, I mean, when you watch like The Matrix or whatever, nobody looks cooler doing all that wire fu and gun work and everything than the Keanu Reeves. And then they give him like 12 lines. I'm not saying Keanu Reeves can't act anymore. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that was the best use of Keanu Reeves in that particular movie. I think if they do the same thing with Leto, like he's got a specific look. Just don't talk, dude.
Minimize the talking.
Just don't speak, man. Just put on the suit, turn on the lights, look cool, ride bikes, shoot guns, and then maybe die.
That's all you have to do. You'll be happy.
Yeah, but then he's going to start to talk, and then I'm going to get it so mad. You got a question back there? Yeah.
How about a Kingdom Hearts TV?
Yeah, we had someone suggest that earlier. I think that would be really, really good too. So. I think it's only going to come down to how it's going to look. Is the list updating? Are we?
Wolverine is overtaking Batman. James is at home right now.
Yeah,
he's mad. He's mad.
People are creating new accounts just to get their guys up there for sure.
Yeah.
So Wolverine has moved to number 2, supplanting Batman in 3 and Superman in 4. So the list is changing. Iron Man has moved up to 9. There's definitely some Marvel folks in here for sure. You're all definitely gunning for your guys because the bottom 3 are all DC. So my DC guys, Slido.com. Pick up your phone, go to Slido.com, SLIDO. Type in the code GEEKS, GEEKS. You'll see 14 superheroes, 7 of them Marvel, 7 of them DC. You rank them in your top 10. And at the end of the podcast, we'll reveal what's what. That's all I got for the news.
That's it.
That's all I got. We're going to go ahead and get to our next segment.
We like to call this one community news, and we usually
community news.
Going to do it live for everybody here, and they're going to be like, "What the heck was that?" But it goes a little something like this: community news.
Basically, that's exactly what I'm doing.
The 4 people here that watch the show. Thank you, thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay, and on this segment, what we like to talk about is community news. But today, we're going to talk about community news here at London Comic Con. So there's a bunch of cosplayers that I want to call out. They are all downstairs for the most part, where all the other cosplayers are, that I recommend you go check out. First of all, we got Unorthodox Design. Unorthodox is a master cosplayer. He's a London Comic Con guest today. I believe he did a panel. Actually, he's doing a panel in about 10 minutes on the other stage. I'd appreciate it if you don't run off right now. Maybe after we're done, go check him out. But he's a master at the Fan Expo, right? He won that last year, and now he is going to be doing a panel on, leveling up your cosplay. Mm-hmm. Some of the other cosplayers downstairs is our good friend Freakish Workshop. He's a master phonesmither. He's got like an 8-foot tall rhino that he's got on display downstairs, which is a Spider-Man villain. He's going to be here tomorrow at our Spider-Man meetup at our booth right over there. And with him is a good friend of ours, Michael Myers. He does the Monday Night Nerd podcast, Mondays at 7 p.m., but they're down there today.
Not that Michael Myers.
Not that Michael Myers.
Totally different Michael Myers, I promise you.
Yeah. He's a bit softer than that of Michael Myers.
Yep.
Also down there, TP TikTokos, another friend of the podcast, Not Possible. Now she's here doing a couple speed prop building contests. I believe today was an adult version and tomorrow's kid version.
Cool.
But those are pretty fun.
Yep.
Times and locations are in the app, so if you haven't got the London Comic Con app, go download that. It's got all the different events and meetups and what's going on in that app. Bear Sailor Moon, who you would have saw just before us doing a talent show. And Bear's usually doing all kinds of things, probably doing the red carpet catwalk tomorrow at the end of the day. Bear's pretty awesome. Be sure to check them out. Fan favorite, if you're into anime, Adam Corky from Do You Watch Anime Podcast. Anime is huge right now. And Adam is blowing up. Sure, be sure to stop by and say hello to him. Check out his podcast. And you, all the cosplayers here today, big thank you to you, those people who are coming to check us out. Big fans of the people who watch us regularly, Akari, people in the back. We got Thor, we got Groot in London, Elfie and the engineer back there. Anybody else I'm not coming out, really appreciate you here being here to support us today. Workshops and events. So I already talked about this one. Not Possible is doing some prop speed building contest, which, to be honest with you, I might want to go check out because that's something I do.
No, give her.
3:45 today, and then kid version taking place tomorrow at 12:45. And you know what? If you've got young ones and want to get, there's no prerequisite. Go and take part in, have some fun. Cosplay catwalk Sunday is tomorrow at 3:45. So show your stuff and show off your cosplay. Community booths is going to be next. So some community booths I want to call out downstairs, Capes and Chaos. Now they are doing a big Marvel versus DC event, which is what we're promoting here on the screen. Raising money. They do a lot of charity work, raising money for charity. They got a bunch of really cool raffles downstairs right now. You can win a bike. You can win a really cool Batman costume, all kinds of prizes. So go downstairs, support them. All the money goes to charity. Tons of prizes. We got the 501st here. We got the Mando Marks here. Doctor Who Society. Who else we got? The Halo 405th group. Black Cat Sigma, who's also a friend of ours. She's going to be with the Mando Marks. Photographers I want to call out. Mark Briones. He's the official London Comic Con photographer that's taking photos downstairs in the cosplay area. Amazing photos, so be sure to get yourself a photo while you're here if you're in cosplay. One of the best photos you're going to get for free. Absolutely free. And some vendors that are here today that we see quite frequently have some really cool merch. Red Moon Glassworks, our friend Stephanie, she's over there. She has some really cool flasks for whatever you might want to put in a flask. Who else we got? We have the Cosplay Repair Station, which as a big cosplayer, occasionally I need to repair it because stuff falls apart. This one's hosted this year by Lindy's Cosplay Supplies. Again, another good friend of the podcast. Lindy is such a fabulous person. I believe she's downstairs.
She is downstairs. Yep.
She used to be up here, but she's downstairs today.
Yep.
Who else we have? Can Geek Games, another big supporter of our podcast, is usually in the audience for every one of our podcasts. Can Geek Games, if you are here, where are you?
Yeah, throw us a bone.
And TVX Sabers. So TVX Sabers is downstairs, the sort of unofficial, official supplier of lightsabers for the Geeks and Go podcast. We are hosting this evening tonight at Krabby Joe's starting at 8 p.m. an after party, the official London Comic Con after party. TVX Sabers will be giving away a prize. What are they going to be giving away? Do you remember?
Well, let me reveal to you another little small piece of news. Recently, an auction, the original lightsaber used by Darth Vader in the original Star Wars film was auctioned off for $3.6 million. And that one doesn't even light up. If you want a replica Darth Vader lightsaber supplied by TVX Games, come to Krabby Joe's tonight at 8 o'clock is when it starts. The only way for you to get a ticket is to be at the after party. How much are the raffle tickets to enter that draw?
Yeah, much like a photo on the throne, are absolutely free. One little catch, though, you do need to be a subscriber of the Geeks and Co podcast on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, click subscribe. As well, you need to follow TVX Sabres on Instagram. And if you show us those two things when you come to the after party, we will give you a raffle ticket, and you're entered in the draw to win a replica Darth Vader. I almost called it Darth Maul because I'm looking at Steve, but
Darth Vader lightsaber, and this one lights up.
And this one lights up. Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay $3.6 million.
And by the way, I want to point out that doesn't mean when you show up, you already have to be following those. Someone from the team will come around and just ensure. So if I walk up and I'm like, just show me that you're following it. If you open it up and you're not, and then you hit follow, that counts. We're not jerks. Well, we're jerks. But we're not jerks like that. So we encourage you to come on to Crappy Joe's tonight at 8:00 and enter into the draw and win yourself a lightsaber. We will be drawing it towards the later end of the evening to give everybody a chance to come out. It is the after party is also free. Just come on out. We have a huge section that Crappy Joe's is dedicated to us. Last year, we drew about 100 people to the after party, so let's see if we can break that record over the course of the evening. Everybody is welcome.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's great. And kudos to London Comic Con for getting behind it. The last 2 years, the Geeks & Co. have hosted that. We just kind of did it because we like to go out after the con and have a drink or two and break bread together and bond as a community. And this year, our good friend Jake, who runs London Comic Con, was like, yeah, you guys are now the official after party of London Comic Con. We're like, yay!
Sweet.
So that's what community is all about, and that's what we try to promote as much as we can, is bringing people together in whatever capacity, whether it is we build a big prop and we bring everybody to the booth to do that, or we bring everybody out to the after party afterwards. And that doesn't mean, by the way, guys, if you can't make an after party, that's okay. Hopefully we're going to see you back here tomorrow. We'll have the throne there again. But we are doing a big Spider-Man thing tomorrow, even though that super doesn't go with the throne. We are doing a big Spider-Man thing tomorrow, so we decided, based on the Freakish Workshop, one of the cosplay guests that works, that's going to be here at the con, he's got this big, huge build he made of a rhino.
Yeah, and he's going to be on stilts, and he's going to be about 80 feet tall. I don't know if he's going to be taller than Groot or not, but
just wild. I think him and Groot should fight, personally, myself. I think that'd be dope, but we'll see what happens. So we're kind of building everything around that. So all of us are going to be, in fact, some cosplayers that had watched the podcast decided they were going to change their costumes on Sunday to support that. So they're going to come out in their Spider-Man stuff too. Yeah.
You're super hard to hear, dude.
I'm not sure. Dave Jones and Andy Robertson are going to be coming up next week.
You won't be able to get the top 10 up on the screen again. We'll see what it looks like.
Yeah, guys, in about 5 minutes, Dave Jones and Maggie Robertson from Baldur's Gate 3 are going to join us up here on the stage, and we're going to be talking to them. We're going to interview them for about a half an hour, and then we'll take your questions for them in the last 15 minutes, okay?
Do we want to finish this off and go to them, or?
Or we can do it right at the end. Anyway,
right at the end? Yeah, we'll
sure.
go right at the end. Yeah.
But for now, guys, your top 10 is Spider-Man still at number 1. Wow, you guys really love Spider-Man. Wolverine is somehow at number 2. I'm not getting that at all. I love Hugh Jackman too, but you guys, y'all crazy. Batman number 3, Deadpool number 4, Superman number 5, Thor number 6, Captain America number 7, Wonder Woman number 8, Iron Man number 9. Ooh, Harley Quinn has now snuck into the top 10. The list be changing. So again, if you're just joining us, Slido.com, Slido.com on your phone. It is free. Type in code GEEKS, GEEKS. You'll see 14 options there for superheroes, 7 Marvel, 7 DC. Vote for your favorites in order of your top 10 and hit send, and then you too will see the results. And at the end of the podcast, we'll reveal to you who the top 10 are and who wins in this epic battle between DC and Marvel.
Yep, and so that officially wraps up the community news. And although I called out a few of our vendor friends, the rest of the vendors are just friends I haven't met yet. So be sure to check everybody out. You like that? You like that?
Friends we haven't met yet. Holy.
Is there anything about this top 10 that's really getting anybody angry? Is anybody like, no, like Spider-Man, I hate that nerd.
What you got?
No, everybody's cool.
How is Flash? Where is Flash? He's 12.
He's number 12.
Okay, so here's the thing. So there was this movie
Called Flash.
There was this movie called The Flash, and I mean, do you want to talk about it? Are you like? I got feelings. I have a whole bunch of feelings. No, the show, marvelous. Hold on. The show started off marvelous, and then it got kind of like maudlin after a while. Like it got really like kind of like Arrow was all like and gritty, and I'm not going to shave for a couple of days, so I got some stubble, and I'm going to look really cool, but I'm going to look brood. Like, he was basically like Batman. And then Flash in the first season was like, hey, man, we're all friends. We're all cool. It's like super friends. We're having a great time. And then for whatever reason, as that show progressed, it just got more dour and dour and dour. And after a while, I'm like, this is a bummer. I don't want to watch this anymore. Yeah. So then the movie's going to come out. And I'm like, oh, this will be good. And then they were like, Michael Keaton's going to be Batman again. And I'm like, I'm old. I'm down. That sounds good. And then they thought they wouldn't recast Flash and they would keep using Ezra Miller, which we probably shouldn't get into. But let's say, for argument's sake, slightly problematic. And then the movie came out and now nobody talks about it. So not that everything in the movie was bad. I think Michael Keaton did a pretty good job for a dude that's 71 being Batman. I thought Sasha Calle was an amazing Supergirl, and I'm super bummed we're not going to see her again. If they're going to recast a Wonder Woman, I think Sasha Calle would actually make a really cool Wonder Woman, if I'm being honest with you. I know there's a bunch of choices out there, but but that movie, I think because of that movie, I don't think you're going to see a lot of Flash media, and that's probably why your boy is so low on there.
That's why he's number 12.
Yeah.
Beside you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird tie-in. You mentioned General Zod from Man of Steel being in there. It definitely felt like a weird throwback to that film, and I don't know that it added a lot to what was going on to a movie that was already kind of a mess. And then, I mean, the CGI. I mean, the CGI was so tragic. It was some of the, it was like, what were they thinking? And apparently it was on purpose. It was supposed to be that bad. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but sure, I guess that's an odd choice. Yeah. So that's why your guy is down there. One more minute. We have one more minute until we're going to be joined on stage by Maggie Robertson and Dave Jones from Baldur's Gate 3. So those of you that have been patiently waiting to speak to them, and I can see who here is waiting for Maggie and Dave to come up and say, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people here watching two old guys talk about nerd shit. I'm like, oh, you guys are here for Maggie and Dave. That's no. I appreciate it. That's totally cool.
Do we see them over there? Are they coming?
Maybe. I think so. I'm going to move over here, or do you want to move it out?
Yeah, I'll move one over here.
Okay. I just want to make sure they're. So make sure you have your questions ready for Dave and Maggie.
The way this is going to work is we're going to chat with them for about a half an hour or so, and then after that, we're going to do about 15, 20 minutes of Q&A. And if we don't already have a mic out there, I will hop down and get to everybody with some questions.
If you guys are hearing me at the booth, if we have one spare person in about a half an hour, my fellow geeks and co, it might behoove someone to come on over and work the crowd with a microphone, if you would be so kind. But yeah, we'll wait until they get over. Show of hands, who's played Baldur's Gate 3? All right, guys, I see you. I get it. Yeah, what an impactful game on the video game industry as a whole. I remember playing the first Baldur's Gate. Like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, where are my oldies at? Where are my 40 pluses out there? There's a few of us out there. There's a couple of us. Yeah, and even the D&D campaign. I remember playing. The last time I played Dungeons and Dragons, it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, which will give you a really good indication of how old I am. I was a teenager when that one came out. I still have some of the books because, again, I'm older than sin. But I don't think anybody really anticipated how popular Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be.
I don't think so, no.
And the fact that it's been universally praised as such an amazing game and the impact that it's had on the industry moving forward has been nothing short of amazing. So,
yeah, absolutely huge. D&D is blowing up in my house right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't play it, but the whole rest of my family, we're playing it like 2 nights a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So save your questions, guys. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to take away from our interview with with Dave and with Maggie. So yeah, we are going to wait patiently while they make their way over. They're probably getting swamped over there. We did go over to talk to them briefly beforehand just to make sure that we were going to talk about stuff that they were okay with and not talk about stuff they weren't okay with. And yeah, we had to butt in line because it was already busy over there. So we'll give them a chance to make their way over. You guys think of the questions that you want to ask. And like I said, we'll try to have a microphone out there so that you guys aren't shouting out. We're struggling to hear you from there. So Oh, they're right there. Oh, perfect. Okay, guys. Oh, there you I'm so sorry. I should have seen you guys from there. Guys, give a big London Comic Con and London, Ontario welcome here, guys, to Dave Jones and Maggie Robertson.
Yes.
Anywhere at all. Oh. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on stage today. We really appreciate it. We won't take up a ton of your time because I know you guys, like I said, when we came over to talk to you guys beforehand, we had to like butt in line to get to you guys because you're a little bit busy today. What's going on? Like, why are you guys here at the con today?
We're just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like
No reason. Nothing. No.
Nothing really going on.
We don't really do much.
No. Do you guys like video games?
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You want to get some? Want to crush some on, play some video games? For those of you shy, so we just had a show of hands. Sorry, everybody. Again, who's here to see David and Maggie from Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah. So that's yeah. As we were doing our live podcast, I'm like, there's a lot of people out there here for a live podcast, and then I realized, nope, that's not why they're here.
They're just waiting.
They're here to talk to you guys. You know what? I love you too, random person in the crowd. I love you. That's amazing. Obviously, we want to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 because that seems to be the key reason why you guys are here. We're going to get to some of your other work, obviously, but I always want to ask this question whenever I'm talking to somebody that's involved in a project like that. Did you guys have any indication whatsoever as you're doing the voiceover work? Now, did you guys do performance capture work for that one as well?
Yeah.
Did you have any indication as you're making it that this game was going to be like a landmark game in the scene as you were going through? Or is this like just another Tuesday of work for you guys?
Yeah, I think
Head swiveled to you immediately. Like you're getting an eyeball
story
there.
No, I think it's more the fact that I was like working on it from like mid 2020. And so, yeah, I had no idea at all. No idea. It was
Hit it.
I had to. It looked at me funny, and it had to be swatted. Am I a cat?
You might be a cat. You might be a very tall cat.
I think I'm a tall cat.
Yep.
And that's why I have to have dogs, because I'm the big cat energy.
Fair enough.
And there's only room for one.
No, that's fair.
So
I don't know how we haven't got you over there to sit on the throne yet because it seems like we have an iron.
there's a throne.
We have an iron throne right there that we brought. It's a full-size replica of the iron throne. Do you think I dress like this normally? This is not.
I would have accepted that answer.
I
as
appreciate
yes.
that. Thank you. I do.
It's kind of normal for here.
Yeah, when you're at the con. No, that's
But also, let's normalize dressing as kings and whatnot
100%.
in our day to day.
I agree.
Let's hope we don't
yes.
melt your crown to your head.
No,
though.
well, maybe not. It is.
Okay.
It does feel.
Okay.
It's a little tight. I'm not going to lie. It might be affecting my judgment through this panel, so I apologize.
No, sorry. I just looked at Dave awkwardly because I figured you had worked on the game longer than me and might have more insight into that actual question. By the time I came in to work on the game, I kind of knew that the game would be a big deal, but never as big as what it turned out to be. I don't think any of us could have expected that.
That balloon is really having a time. We're gonna move that out of the way before Maggie.
No, I like it.
Maggie Bengal Robertson strikes again.
I
Probably
think
just
I need to
floating
get
literally in
one
front of Dave's face at that point. That's probably that case. So Maggie, you came on a little bit later in the production, and you had an idea that it was probably going to be fairly popular at that point.
Only because I knew Neil, and Neil wouldn't shut up about Astarion. So I had an inkling that it would be, I guess, something.
Something.
So
when did you guys know that it was a lot more than something? When did you guys find out that this was just like game of the year and huge?
For me, it was probably when we released early access and basically the reaction from that. Firstly, the sales for it, which would be absolutely fine for just any normal game anyway.
Right.
For early access, that was just nuts.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys went through the early access first before the game, so
Yeah.
you should have known.
It is big cat energy in here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
No, Maggie, please.
so sorry.
No, please, we love it.
I'm honestly expecting to be buried at some point. It's like,
And you will be.
In the yard, we'll plant the flag. We'll know you're there. It's fine.
or taken as a gift to your master, just like left in two pieces, just in the middle
Hey,
of the
2
corridor.
is generous. It could be more.
Normally, with a lot of voice-over work, you're in like a closet a lot of the time by yourself. Was that a similar experience? Did you guys see each other at all during the production of the game?
No, not at all. It was just basically a very big closet.
A very big closet.
Yeah.
But we did the mocap and performance capture
You
as well.
did.
So
So
it
talk about
wasn't
that one.
just
Yeah.
in a actual closet, although I do also record in my actual closet for voiceover work, which is silly. But no, we were in a very big closet where we had space to move around and
Yeah.
embody the characters physically as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
that was
space.
very cool.
Had space to move around, but we're told specifically to stay where you were, which was nice. For me, anyway. Not so much you. You were actually like probably a little freer. I don't know.
Well, so Baldur's Gate is different because it's a non-linear game, as we all know, maybe. I don't know. I hope we know. So depending on player choices, that dictates what happens next in the game. When I was working on something like Resident Evil, that's a linear game. Hello, daughter.
Oh, we'll get there. Oh, we'll
Hello,
get there.
Lady G.
Yeah, don't you worry. We'll get there.
Applause.
Yeah.
But that's a linear game. So when we did the performance capture for those cutscenes, we were able to film it like you would a movie almost and really go through and do the whole scene in its entirety each time. With Baldur's Gate, because there's an infinite number of choices and options, there's no linear way to record. So that's why we had to start and end in what's called base pose. So you start in base pose, you come alive and say your line, and then you have to end back in base pose so that depending on what you choose in the game, the next appropriate option can be essentially copy and pasted where they need it to be. So yeah, just a little different.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a chance on the podcast a few episodes. We've talked to him twice.
Is this a podcast?
Well, yes, you are live on the podcast right now. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
A gentleman named Alan Henry, who does a lot of performance capture work. He's out of New Zealand. He's done King Kong. He's done Godzilla. He's done a bunch of stuff. Hearing him talk about doing that performance capture work in the studio, working with the second unit director sometimes, or whoever that is, a visual effects supervisor in a lot of cases. The difference in, I'm sure you've done work where you didn't have to do any of the performance capture versus you're just in the closet doing the voiceover work. Is there a preference between the two? Do you like to just be in the closet sometimes and just doing the voiceover? Or do you like to actually get out there and physically embody the character and do some of that performance capture? Do you have a preference?
I really want to make in the closet jokes, but I won't. And
how many times am I setting this
this
up
is
for you?
called self-control.
All right.
I didn't demonstrate it earlier when I swatted the balloon, but I will demonstrate it now and answer your question. And that I think it's always more fun when you get to fully embody the character. Voiceover is great too, and you can have a lot of fun, especially with animation, because the characters, you can really do extremes with the voice, and that's quite fun. But it is nice to be able to move around a bit.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
as soon as
actor.
though with like for other forms of acting where it's like theatrical or TV or film, where you've got like the sets there and you've potentially got other players, actors to bounce off.
Yep.
With this, we're generally on our own. Sometimes for like cutscenes, like yourself in Res Evil, you've actually got players that you're actually like, interacting with, which is great, which I've still not done yet, and I really want to.
Let's make it happen. Who wants to cast Dane in our next video game? Good. Okay.
Yeah, that was a resounding.
Yeah, did you hear that? That was me at London Comic Con. You can do way better than that.
Yeah, that was okay. That was a lukewarm. That's fine
at best.
So yeah, it basically in the volume, the acting space for mocap, you don't have anything there apart from yourself,
Right.
and so you can just let your imagination run completely wild. You can be wherever you want to be, responding to whoever you want to do, and responding to.
We can rephrase. That's fine.
Yeah,
This is live, by the way. We can't edit it.
whoever you want to be responding to.
Hey!
There we go.
There we go.
Or in Halson's case, do.
Right. Oh, he'll feed you, baby birds. He'll feed you. Don't worry.
And so, mocap is extremely freeing. It's like proper, like true acting. It's really good.
And I know the technology's come a long way too. Like you're seeing your character perform your movements on the screen. Do you guys have that as well? I know they do that in films.
It depends. Every mocap set is different depending on the tech that they have. Sometimes you can see the previs of your character. Sometimes you can't. I can't remember what it was for us. I blacked it all out.
We basically just had like a Power Ranger kind of like get up. It was great. So I was just there like in like a Spidey suit.
So no previs, like you couldn't see the character you're portraying.
No, we didn't see the final rendering of the character. When I was doing Resident Evil, I could see a little bit of that as well.
Did you find that helped with the performance a little bit, or is it now limiting now that you're kind of seeing what you're doing?
Definitely for me at that time, because it was my first time doing performance capture, so it helped me figure out what medium I was working in. So I was able to kind of pre-test some movements and make sure it matched the vibe of the character before, like when in between breaks, obviously.
Right.
But I wouldn't go on break. I'd just go back into the volume and look at and test out, well, how would she sit in the chair? Does that read? Does it have enough weight to it? Do I need to slow it down? So I'd kind of practice as I went. So that was very helpful to have the previs.
Because you had the hat as well, didn't you? Or basically like a makeup of the hat.
It looked real derpy though.
Oh yeah.
It was not attractive. Nothing that we wear in the volume is attractive.
No.
You look like an idiot.
Yeah,
in pajamas, basically, right? Mm-hmm. Essentially,
the most unflattering that you can get.
Right.
But yeah, they even just the derpy hat allowed you to process it properly and actually get a feel for the physicality of it, which is like, and obviously, because you fucking nailed it. So yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Resident Evil Village, because I know they've got some fans out there. Give it up. No, go ahead. Yeah, obviously. I've been in the cosplay space for, 10 years. The game came out 4 years ago, I want to say, 2021. I can't go to a con without seeing multiple, and I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, I'm so sorry, Lady Dimitrescu? Did I say it right? Lady Dimitrescu? Close?
No.
No, not so much. I'm getting a lot of this.
I've lost my chapstick, so I'm having a mild panic attack.
Right.
But don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'll just be here.
We'll just keep talking.
Dave, do you want to answer my Resident Evil question for me while I solve this problem? Okay, don't worry, I have my auxiliary one.
Getting a chance in previous interviews talking to celebs, like when you played a character that becomes such an icon in spaces like this, whether it be video games, whether it be cosplay or whatever, it must, at one point, it must kind of follow you around a little bit, obviously, because you're known so much for that particular character, but at the same time, you've obviously inspired a lot of people with that particular character. How does that feel that you're embodying that space where you've inspired so many people with the character that you portrayed and that you got so invested in?
Soup's cool. I feel like I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again.
Please.
I had a friend of mine who is another actor, and before this all ever came about, she and I were sitting down shooting the shit, and we made like a bucket list thing that we wanted to do as actors in our careers. And after the game came out, she sat me down and she was like, you realize you get to cross off about 10 things that are on this list already. And that was a very surreal thing to realize that it was happening. I had done it. We did it. I got to check it off. So being a part of something that generates fan art, generates cosplays, fan fiction, all of that, getting to go to Comic-Cons, all of that was on my bucket list, spoilers, and now I get to do it in real life. And it's very surreal because what is the beauty of art is that it is subjective. So once you put it out there into the universe, it kind of takes on a life of its own. And it really does feel like these characters are living and breathing organisms that exist out there. And then the audience then takes it and makes it breathe and makes it grow. So Lady D, especially because that was my first big character.
Pun definitely intended.
Yeah. She very much feels alive. It feels like, my child is out there and I get to watch them grow up. And it's very surreal, very cool, and very beautiful to see the ways in which the fans and audiences are able to take her and develop her even further. So yeah, it feels like a partnership.
And that your first break, as you said, essentially like your first major role, which is clearly like led to further gigs. Is this the gig? Is this like, would you like to move into live action, some more live action stuff? Like, or are you pretty happy in the space you're in now?
I have to burp. I'm so sorry.
Please do it in the mic next time. Please, I'm begging you.
I will.
Yeah.
Don't think I won't. I'm so sorry.
I hope you do. We're live. Please do it.
That was. Here we are.
Yeah.
I feel like we are at an after party.
Yeah, Dave, please, by all means. Like, we're all friends here. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I would worship at your altar if you did that.
I think we all would.
To
I
be able to
already
do that
do.
on command would be a feat
I
in
wish I
itself.
could.
Yeah,
Pull
absolutely.
my finger. No, I can't.
don't,
I actually can't.
do not pull her finger. I'm downwind. Please don't do that.
What was your question?
We're so dumb. Hi, we're so dumb.
It's gone forever. Ask me one.
Yeah. No, I'm going back.
You remember it. Thank God.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm a professional. I've done this before. Lady D obviously led to a lot more work because that was your first big break and it was gigantically huge. Is the voice acting space the space that you want to stay in, or would you like to branch out and start doing more live action work and other types of work as far as acting goes?
Yes, I remember now.
Yes.
Yes. And. Yes, and I
Going
think.
into improv.
Give me that yes and.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to be a professional improver. That's what improv is.
The laziest form of comedy. Let's do that. Let's do the laziest form of comedy we can do. Let's do improv, everybody.
That
Give me
is
some characters.
my brand of comedy.
Terrible.
We've already made fart jokes on this stage, so really,
We're
I don't
friends
know
now. It's all
what
in the
you were
open.
expecting. What
It's all over
was
from
the
here.
question?
Yeah.
I can tell it's really speaking to you on a deep level. So
Great job.
We can move on. I just
Yes.
obviously you're working in the voice acting field. Is that what you would like to continue doing, or do you have
kind of
aspirations to branch out and do
into
other
that.
things? Yeah.
I fell into it. I fell into video games, but it's interesting in retrospect to look back and realize all the building blocks that got you there.
Mhm.
The voice has always been the cornerstone of what I do as an actor. Even I started off as a singer and then I did classical acting, which is a lot of vocal training. So it felt very much like, that lightning bolt moment where the stars align and you are exactly where you're meant to be when you're meant to be there working on Resident Evil. So I feel very grateful. But I think for both of us as actors, we're always looking for the next thing. We're always looking to diversify. One of the joys of voice acting and motion capture in particular with video games is you never know what your next thing is going to be. And it's always different every time. So you're always having to adapt. So I think the answer is yes. I love where I'm at, but I'm always looking forward to the next new
opportunities.
challenge.
Yeah. Cool.
Whether that's animation, live action, more whatever.
And then in mocap, you can be whatever that the devs have in their minds.
Right.
It's absolutely insane.
There's just no limit to the imagination of that.
No,
point.
not at all. Hello?
I want to meet that chicken nugget.
Yeah.
That's the Sad Nuggie.
I know. I follow Sad Nuggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Sad Nuggie.
Hello, Sad Nuggie over there. How you doing? Hey, you guys haven't checked out the Sad Nuggie booth? It's amazing. Their stuff is so great. We actually got the Nuggie over to get some pictures on the throne as well. So,
That's
yes.
amazing.
No.
Listen to your
Not on the throne. No, we could not get the Nuggie on the throne. If we could have, we would have, but we got
That was
adjacent to the throne.
My king, my captain.
Did you have done some live action work on television and such, as well as voice work? Do you have
Some of it clothed.
So, I mean, we appreciate that. Thank you. If we can get some links to some of the unclothed stuff, I'd really appreciate it, because you're just dead sexy. What, do you have a preference? Is this, because you're fully clothed? Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
And I would say that's our preference too, but if you, not
Speak for
mine.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Not mine though. As far as moving forward.
Yeah, sure. I love TV as well, and especially comedy. That's where I really. That's a very much a happy place for me. But again, video games, man, they're just like, I've been a gamer all my life, and so nerd. Oh yeah. Oh, very much. Yeah.
I think you're gonna find, Maggie. I think you're gonna find the nerds are gonna. Yeah, we're gonna. The nerds are here for sure.
No.
Yeah, they landed. We're here.
So yeah, I've lifelong fan of video games, and then just to like fall into them is just bizarre.
Yeah,
absolutely bizarre. But really cool.
Because I do find I'm in the midst of shooting a television show right now for a TV station up here in Canada on Bell, and I have a profound amount of respect for television actors. The amount of dialogue you have to memorize, hitting your marks, not bumping into the furniture, giving enough to your castmates, being able to have those interactions, producing those real emotions, to me seems so much, like, to me, someone that's never done voice over work, more challenging than being able to have the script in front of you. You're still acting, of course, and I'm not taking anything away from that, but it seems like one would be more challenging than the other. Do you find that with your experience too, or am I just blowing smoke because I haven't done what
It's
you
all
guys do?
acting.
Yeah.
It's all acting. It's
Yeah.
just about what muscle are you flexing. So there's no better or worse version of it. It's just what are the tools that I'm employing this day that I don't necessarily need to employ doing this other type of thing.
Right.
We do have to memorize some stuff.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what it's like. Every single job you do is different. There's no one, this is the way it is, that's the way it is.
Right. So it changes for you guys
it
every time
changes,
almost.
It
Yeah.
changes. And it's all under the umbrella of acting anyway. We all
Yeah.
do everything, not just video games.
No, for sure.
So,
I just didn't know if one was going to be slightly more
I don't
challenging
know.
than
They're
the
just
other.
different.
Yeah.
They're just different.
No,
So
that's
they
fair.
have different constraints. I think there's challenges with all of them.
With all of it.
I think with ones where you're reading it off an Excel spreadsheet, those are probably a little more, well, you have to use other elements from your acting tool bag in order to respond appropriately.
Right.
Because acting is reacting. And so ideally, you need a decent prompt to get a decent response. Or you use your acting skills.
It's so reliant upon imagination because you have nothing.
Yeah.
You have sometimes just an Excel spreadsheet in front of you. And so it's really about how do you as an actor cultivate that sense to play that gives you versatility and range to where you can quickly come up with things
Right.
on a dime, and you don't have sets or props or costumes to tell the story. You only have your voice. So how can you imbue that with what you need in order to make the character come to life when you
Fair.
don't have the rest of it?
Right.
So I do think it's quite challenging to
I'll
do
bet.
that.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
didn't
quite
think of it from
challenging to
that.
do the film and TV stuff because you are juggling a lot of things.
Right.
There's a lot of distractions on set. You've got a million different cameramen and people all around you. Sometimes they've got smoke machines. You can barely breathe, but you still have to figure out how to act. Sometimes, and this has happened to me, your scene partner is asleep because it's not their camera shot. So
Right.
they're asleep and you're trying to deliver a really heartfelt monologue and you've got to be like, okay, I'm sweating buckets and I've got to cry now and deliver this monologue to somebody who's asleep. So
And not
There's
cry once,
challenges.
but probably cry 6 or 7 times because we got to get this angle you crying, we got to get that angle you crying, we got 2 shot of you crying. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's challenges in all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. You game.
I do.
Do you play the
I do.
games that you've been in?
Um,
And can you? Are you too deep into it?
not BG3. I think,
How dare you, sir?
I know, honestly.
How dare you?
But I think mainly, I find it extremely overwhelming.
Mhm.
The mechanics of it. I'm a simpleton. So yeah, I'll just like. No, I'm not. It's just
I play a lot of solitaire.
Yeah, I'm not good either at video games. Yeah.
Super good at Uno. Banger.
But at the same time, it's like I really, and I've played a good few hours of it, but nowhere near enough to get a full experience. Could I romance anybody of them? Hell no. Oh my God. I know them all. I need to speak with them at other times. It's
Right.
like, I can't have a coffee with with Neil,
Sure.
knowing what I know,
Knowing what you know.
knowing what I've done,
I mean,
knowing what he's done.
right.
It's like, dude, it's like,
Well, that's the nature of the question. Are you too close to it once you've been involved with it to be able to experience it the way other people would experience it?
I think, no. Again, it depends what the game is.
Right.
I did a great indie. It's like folk horror in the 1800s, late 1800s. The excavation of Hobbs Barrow. It was a great indie. And I played the hell out of that. I love that, absolutely. But again, I love point and clicks as well. So like point and click adventures.
Yeah, you got some fans out there. Yeah. We got some point and click fans in there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I one of my biggest like games growing up was Monkey Island. So yes,
so good. Clearly, Dave and I are in the same age range.
Yes, unfortunately.
Because half the people are like, "What the hell is Monkey Island?"
Yeah, sure.
Like 30-year-old game, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, I will happily like play them. It's just if I can. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Maggie, and based on your reaction by calling him a giant nerd, that you are not, in fact, a gamer.
I'm not a gamer, but I am also a giant nerd. So
Right. So what's your nerd?
Lord of the Rings.
We had a Nazgul over at our booth earlier. Now, when you're saying Lord of the Rings, that encompasses quite a few things now.
Indeed, it does.
What does that mean to you?
I grew up reading the books, then I watched the movies, and the TV show's there.
I happen to enjoy Rings of Power, but I understand the problems that everyone has with it.
Obviously, extended edition every time.
I mean, clearly. Now, does that include the Hobbit movies too? Are you watching all 6?
The Hobbit movies are they're there
Also
too.
there?
They're there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's
but
a fair
extended
assessment.
is where it's at.
Yeah. Are you excited for the new film coming out, The Hunt for Golem, that Andy Serkis is directing? The original Golem himself? Is that, I can tell maybe you're not that
totally
excited.
knew that was happening. So, yes. I'm very excited.
Feverishly looking on her phone.
I'm a
What the
very
hell is this nerd talking
uninformed
about?
nerd, is what we're learning.
You read the books as a kid. What did you read of the books in the first place?
I was always a huge fantasy reader.
Yeah.
I think that's why video games feels like a very natural place. So I was always, and acting, and it's so interesting in hindsight when you're like, why am I like this? And then you're like, oh, well, it's actually because of this, and this.
All these influences, yeah.
Yeah. So, very avid reader. It was my favorite thing to just escape to other worlds. And I think that's why acting remains so fun and challenging, because it gives me an opportunity to become somebody else and to escape into other worlds.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. Guys, we're going to take some questions from the audience because I think people have waited long enough and heard us rambling about our questions for these folks. So if you've got a question, please put up your hand. If we've got an extra microphone, we will get you guys to speak in the microphone. Can I
Put
ask
up
you
a
to-
hand, the claws.
Yeah, put up a hand. That'd be great. We can go right there, right at the front. Yep, go ahead.
Hey, so
Hi.
Dave, I think you're great. My question though is for Maggie. So,
Wow, deleted. Wow. You're great, but shut up. Maggie, we were talking.
so of course,
It's not even a compliment sandwich. It's just
Nothing on the bottom.
You're
No, that's
there.
an open open face sandwich.
so Maggie, of course, you play Orin the Red in Baldur's Gate, but for those who don't know, you play second Orin. You play Orin the Emissary in Destiny 2.
What?
In Destiny 2, you play Orin the Emissary of the Nine.
I do.
Yeah. So I'm just curious for you, what is it like to play such different characters? Orin being quite brutal, but Orin being kind of this very, like, she's just very much calmer, like very much the voice of reason. I find
This is embarrassing for me.
Furiously looking up IMDb right now. Did I
Like,
do
what
that?
am I- Here's the deal. And this is very uniquely video game specific in a way that I haven't encountered with TV, film, any other form of video voiceover.
I know what you're going to say.
The NDAs are crazy. And sometimes, as we've just seen happen here, you don't even know what game you're in. So it was great. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Perfect answer.
Yeah, but you're like, I wish I'd talked to Dave now.
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
But on the back of that, though, I did a session, and then, like, a few months later, looked on IMDb and saw, oh, I'm in Space Marines too.
Yeah, right. No
And
idea what that was.
sometimes
when
you're
we
at a
did it.
panel
Yeah,
and you find out that
Yeah.
you're in a game.
yeah.
Wait, is that on my IMDb?
Yeah,
Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Sick.
We're all learning things here today, kids.
It's in the newest expansion, the Edge of Fate that just came out.
There you go.
I voice a character in that?
Yeah.
You sure do. Apparently named Orin as well.
You play 2 Orins.
I love that for me. Let's collect them all.
It's a tale of 2 Orins. If you have a video
I
game
love
with a
that.
character named Orin, please hire Maggie.
I exclusively only play characters
She's
who are
really good at Orins.
from this point forward.
And I played Orin as well.
And you play an Orin. Did you play an Orin as well?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Essentially, yeah, because when you kidnapped me,
Oh,
I was basically
That's
you
right.
being me.
Oh.
right.
And so, yeah, that was trippy.
That was true. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next
Being in
question.
your head. Oh my God.
Just pick somebody. Yep, go ahead.
Dave,
Hi.
not you.
Wow, the smoke. Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
Dave's going back to his table. We've lost Dave. Yeah, we'll see you later.
It's been fun. Yes, daughter?
Yes. Okay. So between Lady Domitresk.
What is it?
Domitresk.
Okay.
No ooh, according to the Capcom pronunciation.
I'm so sorry. I
So
knew I
I
was
get
going
a
to
lot
butcher
of
it.
hate for the lack of ooh
Fair
at the
enough.
end. But it was not my control.
Right.
Between her and Orin, I think the lesbians are still latching onto you. How does it feel to still, after like 5 years, not be let go by the lesbian community over your characters?
I'm sorry. The answer is amazing. There's no other answer here. The queer community is fantastic, and
Give it up. Give it up for the queer community.
it's been very special to play characters that are so meaningful for that community. Period. Wow, really eloquent answers. This is why they pay me the big bucks. No, it's great. It's awesome. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Why am I like this?
You're fine.
The question is why they're still hanging around me.
Let's
If
get
I
some more
burp
questions.
into the
guys.
microphone, will.
Honestly,
Thank you.
I get that. And basically, Halsin's pretty much exactly the same. I can see in another 5 years' time, there'll be a heavy bear presence.
A heavy bear presence.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And we support it. We're here for it. Go ahead.
Dave, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
No, somebody please have a question for
Yeah, okay, so after this one, anybody with a question for Dave, I want you to put your hand up. If you got a question,
Okay.
and then we'll go back and forth.
No, this is fun.
Is it good? It's great. This is fun. So,
This is
yeah,
fun for
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
So I just have a question. It kind of ties back to what you were
Will you
saying
put
about.
it closer
Oh,
to your
sorry.
mouth? I'm so sorry.
I'm not an actor. I don't know. It ties back to what you were saying about like bringing the character to life a bit. I had a question about how did you, because the way Orin acts during the Dirge scenes are very different than with Tav, and I just wondered like how did you get inspired? How did you do that? Like make it so different? And how in her demeanor and everything is very different.
Acting.
I was going to say, I've seen the meme of Patrick Stewart, and he's like acting, and that's exactly, yeah.
What is it? The Ian McKellen sketch on Extras, where it's like, Sir Ian, action! You shall not pass! I'm not actually a wizard. Right. So acting. Why am I like this? Here's the truth. I'm just going to level with you for a second. Here's how I got into character for Orin. I was so jet lagged. I had just flown in. The whole experience for me doing Baldur's Gate was cuckoo because I got requested for an audition. I sent it was like same day, send it in. So I cleared my schedule, got it in. Then the next day they were like, we need you for a callback immediately. So then I clear my schedule. We get on a Zoom call so we can have a callback. And then at the end of the callback, they were like, great. I think we're going to book you. How soon can you be on a plane? And then like the next day I was on a plane to London to go and shoot. And then I arrived and I shot the thing and I didn't believe in jet lag as a concept until I flew from Los Angeles to London and immediately had to go step into the volume where we record motion capture and record that. So I do not remember, and it's all a blur, and I've blacked out. And the only acting I did was jet lag craziness. I was actually insane, and that's why Oren is so insane and terrifying.
I wish I'd had that note.
Just go insane?
No, just feel jet lag.
To be
yeah,
jet lagged.
absolutely. Yeah.
To get you into character, to be...
Yeah, just be awake for the night before.
Right.
And then do your scene.
Right.
That would have helped
That
so
is
much.
my process. But she was very intimidating to look at on paper because she is chaotic and her thoughts are all over the place. I feel like with Lady D, I had a much more clear sense of who she was. And even doing the audition process, I remember I was prepping the lines on the plane going to the job, and in the car going to the job. I was looking at her lines and her full script for the first time. And that's about putting in those 10,000 hours because you don't have a lot of prep time and you have to trust that you're able to make really snap judgments. And you also have to trust your team because we have 1% of the information as actors. And so we trust our directors that are in the booth with us to help guide us of like, here's what you need to know. Here's Tom Pale and I, who was the voice director that I worked with, we had a shorthand of like, do you need her on a scale of 1 to 10? What crazy do you need her at? And he would often be like, great, I need a 5. And I'd give him a 5. And he'd be like, great, if that was your 5, I need a 2. And I was like, awesome. So we did it. Does that answer your question?
As someone who's played the game while awake, and not jet lagged, you did do a great job at differentiating with the talking to Surge versus Tavin.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Who's got a question for Dave? Oh. Right beside.
Do you have a favorite line or scene that you did for Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, and I've said it before as well. The orange scenes, purely because of that extra layer that I wasn't actually. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I got to play a much better character. I'm joking. I got to play somebody else being basically like doing a really horrible impression of Halsin. Not so much like that the impression was horrible, but basically like what she put him through was absolutely horrendous. And so yeah, that I remember vividly. That session was incredible. Yeah.
It's giving Helena Bonham Carter doing Bellatrix Lestrange, playing Hermione.
Exactly
playing
what I was thinking at the time. As soon as he said it, exactly where my mind went. Because it was such a brilliant portrayal of someone portraying someone.
Inception.
Absolutely wild. Okay, guys, got some more questions over there. Let's try to move back a little bit. I don't want it all to be front row. So where's the mic? There he is. Yep.
Hi. This is for Dave.
Good.
When you played your character, obviously, you know, our favorite bear. How did you feel when the whole like man or bear in Alone in the Woods kind of came out and people are like, oh, if it's Halsin, both?
Stunned silence.
Whenever there's a conversation on social media about toxicity, Halsin's normally mentioned in there because he's basically just green flags. And so, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And I can play into that as well. Because like I said, like I like the comedy. And I like to play as much on that in the social media spheres, especially seeing as though it's just a cesspit of, it's not great. It's not great. And it's getting worse. So yeah, just anything to make it lighter. Yeah.
Great question, by the way. Let's move on. Anybody, Andrew? Yeah, I trust you.
Hi, this is, oh God, sorry about that. This question is for both of you guys. My question is, as an actor, like Maggie, you talked about the fact that there's always excitement for the opportunity that comes next. Is there a dream job or a dream position that you really feel like you would want to be in? A franchise that would really speak to you? Is there something that kind of...
Is this not enough?
No, absolutely not.
What do you people want?
But I'm saying, like, is there something that you really think would speak to you and be like the dream job that you would like?
Lord of the
your bucket
Rings.
list? Well,
Galadriel. Duh.
I think, yeah, mad Galadriel vibes.
Yeah.
And by mad vibes, I mean she's a little bit mad. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, her mom has a very cool story in Silmarillion.
You've read the Silmarillion. You really are a deep nerd, aren't you? Yeah. Because that's the one you get credit for trying. With the Silmarillion. 100%.
If you looked at the book, A+.
Good for you. Because sometimes that's all you can do with the Silmarillion. Great question. Dave, you got a franchise that you'd like to be part of?
I really like Remedy games. So yeah, I think probably anything from very much so. Yeah, I think anything from them. I think it's a great studio with an amazing set of games. So I can't wait to see what they do next.
It's a great question, by the way. Let's get down to him. Yep.
Hi.
Stand up. Come on, Courtney. Stand up.
Oh, full name.
Oh, I can put my... We're friends.
You are known.
Yes.
Hello.
I can put my microphone down. Somehow, I don't think this one's for Dave.
I'll take it from here.
I've got a question for both of you.
Ooh, fine.
You know what they say about assuming.
It makes an absolute arse out of you and me.
Well, when you put the mic down, I thought we were finally getting the fart mic. I didn't know what was going to happen, but we're just not there yet. All right, fair enough.
Sorry, Courtney.
No, you're fine. So you guys travel all over with the Comic-Cons. I know that's kind of a giant sort of tour de force that you go on. I think, Maggie, you were recently in Ireland last week.
Yes.
So what has been your favorite place to travel while you guys have been on the road to, comic book conventions, things like that?
Don't say London. Don't do that. I mean,
I think my favorite place might be coming next year, but I can't tell you yet because nothing has been signed.
Ooh, that's a tasty one.
So check back in with me next year. And by next year, give it till 2027 because then it will have occurred. And then I can say, but
okay, what about so far then?
Okay. You mean answer the actual question?
I mean, maybe if you're comfortable.
Right. For me,
one of the others.
For basically like just for absolute bewildering, like I can't believe they've flown me out there, Singapore. And
I'm sorry.
I know you should be. It was.
I'm about to send a very angry email after we get done with this.
It was astounding. It was so glorious. Cool. Honestly, it was an amazing place, and I was absolutely gobsmacked by how much the Singaporeans are extremely appreciative and show their appreciation with food. Oh my God, the amount of food that I was like gifted. It's like I could have fed a family of 4 for a year easily. And thankfully there was like we had some like drinks later in the evening, and it was right, okay, it's all right. I've got snacks, and there was kilogram bags full of peanuts, and like honestly, it was amazing.
Did you tack on extra time?
Coffee flavored crisps.
Oh, that's chips to you Canadian folk there. Sorry, no, that's all right. I can translate.
You guys still say Z though, yeah?
We do say Z.
Okay.
But when you said gobsmacked, I'm like, there's half the people in here talking gobsmacked. So that's okay. I got you. Great question, by the way.
Did you tack on extra time and travel around?
No, I had to come back. I flew out there one day in the convention because it was just a day, and then came back. Woof. Yeah.
How long was that flight?
14 hours.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
Next question, guys.
Hello. I was just wondering but this is for both of you, what were the most difficult aspects of playing your respective characters in BG3?
Ooh. I don't know, actually. I think with there being a story arc for Halcyon, that there wasn't really a huge story arc. And so knowing how to place yourself in that arc, that because a lot of it hadn't even been written yet. Again, this is why we depend so much on the directors, and they were absolutely outstanding. They knew exactly where you were in that dialogue tree, and exactly knew where you were, what had just happened, what's happening around you. Incredible stuff that we didn't need to know in order to do our job. We needed to know that stuff, but we didn't need to look it up and have it in our heads constantly. It was their job to impart that knowledge onto us, and so we were so grateful for them. Yeah, but you.
What was the question? Hard? How hard? What?
Yeah, some of the difficulties about playing Orin.
I'm so sorry. I was looking at a cosplay of Over the Garden Wall and I got distracted. And I didn't listen to a word you said.
That's fine.
There's lots of distractions here.
It's very distracting.
This is going to have to be our last question, guys, so we will wrap on this.
God, no.
I know it's all on you, Maggie. Don't drop the ball. Go.
I think I touched on this a little bit before, but for me, Oren's dialogue, she makes such crazy thought jumps. She goes from A to Z and in 2 seconds. And so for me, the intimidation was, how do I make that make sense for me as an actor? How do I follow her train of thought of how she got there and create that connection?
I know, it must have been such a leap.
Good.
Yeah, no.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Yeah, I don't know how I got it.
She's all over the place, that's for sure.
And there's no similarities between us in that capacity whatsoever.
No, none that was demonstrated here
that
today.
was really a leap for me, acting.
I know a lot more hands were up, guys. I encourage you, go check Dave and Maggie at their booths. Go have a conversation with them, grab an autograph, grab a selfie. Thank you so much, everybody that came down and participated in the Q&A today. Give it up for Maggie Robinson and Dave Jones from Baldur's Gate 3. And thank you for joining us here on stage with myself, Rob the Bad Guy from the Geeks and Company. The Geek Boutique comes to you live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On YouTube and on Facebook. Please follow us there. And if you haven't already, visit us over at the booth and get a picture with the Iron Throne. We would love it if you guys would come over and grab a picture with us as well, if you don't mind. I'm putting you on the spot. You don't have to do that.
I also read the books of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, me too. You want to talk about that? Because I got lots of feelings. Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much once again. We're going to get off the stage. Thank you for joining us, London Comic Con 2025. We love you. Thank you very much. Give it up one more time for Dave and Maggie. Thanks so much.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Geek Boutique Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss anything.